You are not your thoughts, but you are your beliefs. This is something that I really work on with clients in my sessions, in readings, because I also integrate intuitive counselling. I do something called Cognitive Behavioural Therapy, which is basically help people understand their triggers, their emotional and physical responses to things, the thoughts that start replaying in their head, the ruminating thoughts, and then basically their unconscious behaviors that keep this cycle, this unconscious cycle going. So a lot of the times we have, basically everyone has at the core of us these core beliefs. And when these beliefs are negative, they tend to basically reinforce them by being in this cycle, and they can inform our behaviors. So if you have something like a core negative belief of I have to be perfect to be worthy, we kind of get stuck in these cycles of, rather than showing up authentically, we show up as a version of ourselves that we think would please other people, and it creates resentment and a whole bunch of things, and basically living a life that isn't really in alignment with our soul. So what I work on with people is understanding, for one, what these triggers are, and then working through the whole cycle, what it's really teaching you about yourself and your experiences. So basically the first port of call is, once you understand this cycle that you're in, basically the first and best way to infiltrate this cycle and to cut it off is to look at the unconscious beliefs and start integrating more healthy behaviors. So if you're someone who, I'll be honest, like me, sometimes tends to shut down when I get stuck in these behaviors and I don't really know what to do, it's kind of like functional freeze. It's okay, what can I do in that space to help me get out of that negative cycle? So once you can integrate healthy habits, you can start to break down the cycle. So as well as that, I like to use positive affirmations that counteract, once I've figured out what someone's core negative belief is, because we need to start rewiring the brain. Because the way I see it, we have confirmation bias. If we believe something, our brain is kind of looking outside of us for confirmation that what we believe is true, and a lot of the times we'll find it. So if we can start reaffirming in our brain a counter belief to our negative beliefs, then we start looking for confirmation of this positive new belief. And once you start confirming a positive belief, you can work on breaking down this cycle, having better behaviors. A lot of times I find if it's something that's a real deep core wound, there's not really a lot of ways that we can easily change our physiological response to a situation, right? It's something that happens from so deep within that it takes a long time to kind of change that. But what we can change first is the way we respond rather than react to situations with healthier behaviors, and then work on basically, as well as rewiring our nervous system, rewiring our belief system, because like I said, we aren't our thoughts, but we are our beliefs. So if we have beliefs that really serve us in this life, that help us move forward, we're going to have a better life. We're going to look for opportunities rather than only seeing our problems. Things are going to open up for us rather than we're going to shut down. We'll start to rewire our brain and the way we respond to things that are going on around us in a healthier way. And obviously this is something that I do with clients. It's something that I'm really passionate about because it works. I think it's really valuable to understand our own behaviors. A lot of times we can have awareness of things, but if we're still operating this way, not a lot in our life is going to change. So yeah, that's something that I'm really passionate about doing in my sessions with people, is actually creating the positive changes in their life. Sometimes the change can be really impactful straight away. Sometimes it takes a little time, but it definitely works. I've seen it in my own life. Anyway, I just wanted to give a little more insight as well into what I do in my readings, obviously as psychic medium, but also integrating behavioral techniques that help you shift through challenges and onto creating the life that you want. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. I'm Jackie, a psychic medium, helping you navigate love, life, and loss.